Hello everyone. Today we will discuss about the types of microscope. So what we discussed earlier is the definition of microscope. So what is the definition? Definition is it is an instrument designed for the study of objects which cannot be seen with the naked eyes. So we have three types. We have light microscope, electron microscope and X-ray microscope. Under light microscope, we have six types of microscope, that is simple microscope, compound microscope, phase contrast microscope, bright field microscope, dark field microscope, and fluorescent microscope. So under electron microscope, we have two types, which is scanning electron microscope and transmission electron microscope. We will discuss about the light microscope. We'll discuss what is in light microscope. Light, it uses light as a source of illumination, and we have few steps here under the principle of microscope. So the compound microscope, it has a light source, diaphragm, an object, an objective lens, and eyepiece. So what happens here is the light passes through the diaphragm, gathers the light on the object. So the objective lens produces a real inverted magnified image of the object. So this magnified image acts as an object for the eyepiece. The eyepiece produces the real inverted magnified image of the object. So this is the principle, very simple principle of light microscope. We have structure of light microscope. Here we have different parts of microscope. We have reflecting mirror, condenser, objective lens, eyepiece, body tube, coarse adjustment and fine adjustment, stage, nose piece, and inclination joint. So we will discuss about the application of light microscope. So light microscope, it is used in labs to identify the infectious diseases. It is also used in forensic laboratories to identify the presence of minerals or metals in human cells to solve the criminal cases. It also used by forensic experts to find out the origin of a drug by viewing its component particles under a microscope. Now we will discuss about the electron microscope. So electron microscope uses electrons as a source of illumination. So we have five simple steps in electron microscope. What happens here is, as I told you earlier, so we have two types of electron microscope. One is transmission electron microscope and scanning electron microscope. Now we will discuss about the basic steps involved in the electron microscope, which is a stream of electrons is formed by the electron source and accelerated towards a specimen using a possible electron potential. The stream is confined and focused using metal apertures and magnetic lenses into a thin focused monochromatic beam. So the beam is focused onto the sample using magnetic lens. This interaction occurs inside the irradiated sample affecting the electron microscope. So this interaction and effects are detected and transmitted into an image. So total magnification of electron microscopy is 10,000 times. So what we see as a human is just one times the microorganism. So it is 10,000 times in electron microscope, which we can see the microorganisms. So two types we have: transmission electron microscope, which is also called as TEM, scanning electron microscope, it is SEM, shortly called as SEM. So here in transmission electron microscope, a beam of electron hits a very thin sample. The electrons are transmitted to the sample. After the sample, the electron hits a fluorescent screen that forms an image with the electrons that were transmitted. So in scanning electron microscope, the beam of electrons scans the surface of the sample. The electrons interacts with the material in a way that triggers the emission of secondary electron. The secondary electrons are captured by a detector which forms an image on the surface of the sample. So this is the uh, electron microscope, this transmission electron microscope and scanning electron microscope, which is very important. We have different diagrams for transmission and scanning electron microscope. I have chosen very simple diagram for you and simple steps so that you can understand easily. Now let's discuss about the applications of electron microscope. It is used to see the morphology of the samples, so image composition, and we also can also see the image composition and some bonding differences. It can also examine wet sample and dry samples. It can also we can also view the frozen material in electron microscope. It generates X-rays from samples for microanalysis. Now let's discuss about the fluorescent microscope, which is very important. 5 marks, or you can get it in 10 marks. So fluorescent microscope, it uses fluorescence under UV light. Mm, just 1 minute. So the fluorescent microscope, it is designed to view the macromolecules labeled with fluorescent compounds. It is called as microscope. So it works on the principle of fluorescence of certain compounds on excitation by high energy radiations. It helps us to visualize two small things in cells which are otherwise difficult to see under light microscope. So it uses fluorescence as under a UV light, and it is based on the principle that fluorescent material emit invisible light when they irradiated with UV rays. Here what they do is microorganisms are stained with a fluorescent dye. We have two types of fluorescent dye, acridine orange and acridine yellow, and then illuminated with blue light. The blue light is observed and green light gets emitted. So this is the principle of fluorescent microscope. So fluorescent microscope, it has UV lamp, a collecting lens, excitation filter, condenser, objective, emission filter, and eyepiece. This is the parts of the fluorescent microscope. So blue and green fluorescence can be excited by ultraviolet radiation. There is UV lamp, and a high intensity mercury lamp is used as a light source. Two filters are used here. One is excitation filter and emission filter. So what excitation filter transmits only blue light to pass through the specimen, and the emission filter which blocks out the blue light and allows only the green light to pass through the specimen and reach the eye. So what happens? The blue light transmitted by the excitation filter is reflected downward the specimen by the dichromatic mirror. We have dichromatic mirror here. So which reflects light of the certain color but transmits light of other color. So dichromatic mirror, what happens is, what it does is it reflects light of certain color and but transmits the light of other color. For example, cells of tissues can be treated with the substances that can contain a fluorescent dye. So example is acridine orange and acridine yellow. So let's discuss about the applications of fluorescent microscope that is used to improve the tuberculosis diagnosis efficiency as well as for the malaria diagnosis. It is used in diagnosis of tuberculosis and malaria. It is used in the early detection of bacteria in dead cultures. It can also detect and identify nucleic acids by color. It can detect chromosomal anomalies. It is not anomalies, it is anomalies, ANOMALIES. So fluorescent antibodies provide a wide variety of immunologically specific rapid diagnostic tests for infectious diseases. This is about fluorescent microscope. So it is very simple. You can write it for 5 marks. Now let's discuss about the phase contrast microscope. So this is the structure of phase contrast microscope. We have eyepiece, we have objective lens, annular, faceplate, object, condenser, annular diaphragm. So phase contrast microscope it is a light microscope. It is an optical instrument. It is used to see living cells It magnifies the object. It is a modification of compound microscope. It magnifies not only the object but also changes in the brightness. The phase contrast microscope uses an optical illumination technique. So it separates the illuminating background light and the specimen scattering light. So this technique changes the brightness passing through a transparent specimen in the image. This changes of brightness is called as phase shift. So the phase shift are not visible to the naked eye because the changes are very small. So phase contrast microscope is used to magnify the changes. So it is used to visualize transparent, colorless, unstained, living biological specimen. These objects are called phase objects. So it is a modification of compound microscope. It contains all the components of compound microscope. In addition to it, it has annular diaphragm and a phase plate. So light is bent or diffracted and retorted based on the refractive index of the objects. Highly refractive structure bend and retard light much. So this principle is used in phase contrast microscope. So we have components of phase contrast microscope. We have light source, annular diaphragm, condenser, objective lens, annular phase plate and eyepiece. So we have two types of phase contrast microscope. One is positive phase contrast, that is, it is also called as dark contrast. Negative phase contrast, it is also called as bright contrast. In positive phase contrast, what happens? The specimen is dark and the background is bright. The specimen is surrounded by a bright halo. In negative phase contrast, the specimen is bright and the background is dark. The specimen is surrounded by a dark halo. So applications of phase contrast microscope, it is used to view the cellular parts of protozoa, bacteria and others that cannot be seen without staining. So it is employed to observe cells in the culture without staining. So light microscope we have in the light or compound microscope we have to stain the bacteria to see the cells. But in phase contrast microscope we don't have to stain. We can see the cells in the culture without staining. It is used to examine water and other fluids for the presence of minute transparent microbes like bacteria and flagellates. It is a must to study physiological processes such as phagocytosis, pinocytosis, cell division, etc. in cells. It is used to study the behavior of chromosomes during mitosis and meiosis. It is used to study the living cells without fixation and staining. We can see the live cells in the phase contrast microscope. Now let's discuss about the bright field microscope and dark field microscope. It's very simple. Bright field microscope, we have two diagram here: bright field microscope and dark field microscope. So in bright field microscope, what happens is a type of microscopy where the specimen is illuminated with light transmitted from a source on the opposite side of the specimen from the object. So as the name suggests, it is the area is observed is bright and the microscopes appear dark. So here the diagram here the area observed black and the microorganism appears bright. Sorry, the area observed is bright and the microorganisms appear dark. Bright field microscope, as the name suggests, the field is bright and the organism appears dark. And the magnification is 1000 to 2000 times. Dark field microscope, shows the bright image of the objects in the dark background is called as dark field microscope. Here, the bright image of the objects in the dark background is called as dark microscope. So we'll study about the applications where it can helps in examining living cells under dark field microscope. Cell organelles looks bright and the cytoplasm appears dark, and hence the dark field microscope is used to study the smears of cells and tissues cultures and single-celled organism in water, especially in parasitology and bacteriology. Centrosomes, chromosomes, astrals, spindle fibers, and others in dividing cells can also be viewed through dark field microscopes. Nucleus, mitochondria, oil droplets, and vacuoles can be analyzed with dark field microscope. Living specimen can be viewed under this microscope without staining. So this is so we have come to an end to the unit 1. We have completed unit 1. So today we discussed about the types of microscope. Uh, then we have discussed about electron microscope. We have two types: transmission electron microscope and scanning electron microscope. Very important question. And we discussed about phase contrast microscope. So it is similar, phase contrast microscope. It is similar to dark microscope. So this is the image of phase contrast microscope. We have components. We have light source, annular diaphragm, condenser, objective lens, annular faceplate, and eyepiece. We studied about bright field and dark field microscope. Then we very important, which is fluorescent microscope. It uses fluorescence. So it is microscope to examine material that fluorescence under a UV light. Fluorescent microscope is based on the principle that fluorescent materials emit in the visible light when they irradiated with UV rays. What happens here is it is stained with the fluorescent dye and then illuminated with blue light. The blue light is absorbed and green light gets emitted. We have two filters, emission filter and excitation filter. So you have to study about all the applications of microscope, which is very important. So if you have any doubt regarding this microscope, you can just WhatsApp me, or you can send the any doubts in WhatsApp anytime. So hope you have understood the microscope. Thank you so much.